God is good, and that's his nature.
My name is Antony Kinyanjui, but my friends call me Rasanto. I'm a father. I'm also a professional driver, but I also am a recovering alcoholic. I say recovering because it's an everyday thing that I have to deal with, and I believe for the rest of my life. I've been sober now almost 8 years, and my journey started in high school in Kenya, and I remember it was a Christmas. I don't remember exactly which year, and that Christmas, me and my friends, their parents had traveled up country, and they had their house to themselves. So we ended up as friends, contributing whatever we had. And man, listen, I was in love from jump. I was in love with the feeling I got from the drink. And only one other thing had brought me to my knees before that, and that was when I was going down and praying. The second thing was I woke up because I passed out on my knees, and that was the alcohol. Well, after high school, fast forward, came more tolerance, and with tolerance came progression. And I came here 2001, and when I got here, I was well on my way to become to become a full-blown alcoholic. So 2001, I get here November of that year, and my brother, my sister, they all welcomed me. And when the party started, when I got here, it lasted 11 years. The minute I'm saying that, the reason I'm saying it lasted 11 years is because when you get here, there's the culture shock. There's the getting used to the lifestyle here. There's all of that. And when I got here, in Kenya, you can't afford the money to buy the drink. So when you get here and you start working, you easily can. So when, say, 2002-3 is when I started working, and at work I started working as a CNA, and I'd work 7 to 3. And like I said before, with tolerance comes progression. So I'd work from 7 to 3, and then I'd get home. I started with, say, I'd drink a 6-pack, and then that didn't quite do it, so I started doing a 6-pack, and then a 6-pack plus, say, a pint of vodka. That went on, and this was now, it became an everyday thing. Fast forward, when I first realized when I really had an issue was around 2007. I woke up Lower General Hospital. Didn't have a clue how I got there, why I was there, what happened. Actually, it wasn't Lower General. There's a few hospitals I'll mention that I've been into. Lawrence General, I woke up, didn't know how I got there. I actually thought I was in Lower General. It was actually Lawrence General. I didn't know how I got there. I didn't have any clothes on, didn't have my cell phone, nothing. I had no idea what had happened. The next morning, when the doctor came to see me, or to release me from the night, is when he was explaining to me that my friends got there, and at that time I had stitches all across my head, like 10 stitches. Didn't know how that happened, but the doctor came and he told me that when you came in, you had cut your skull open. You didn't know what happened. Your friends say you fell. We don't exactly know what happened. You were so drunk. You were you were 5 times. He wrote a certain number, I can't remember which number, but he told me that I was so drunk that if it was any normal person, they would have just been dead from just the drinking. They would have been dead, leave alone the falling, from that, just the drinking. But they didn't even numb me. There was no point of numbing me because I was really drunk. So they actually stapled my head, and when he released me, he told me, just don't do that because you are shocking your body so much. And I was like, man, dude, I can't wait to get home, you know. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't have clothes on and no cell phone, nothing, but I ended up getting home somehow. Now that was the first time I realized, you know, this is becoming a problem. And, you know, 2007, I used to live in Low, and I lost my first job. That is the first time I actually lost my job because of alcoholism. That was the first time I lost my job because of the drinking. And that's when it started like dawning on me that I had an issue. So, you know, when you're here and we were just talking about this with Sam earlier, you know, we're just a few paychecks from being homeless, you know what I mean? So, when I lost my job 2007, I also lost the apartment, so I had to get out of Low, and at that point in time, my brother was still here in Worcester. So I ended up relocating to Worcester around that time. When I got here to Worcester, the habit didn't stop, but one thing had happened. One thing that I'm always grateful for, the geographic had changed. Like I wasn't at the same spot where I was. So 2009, I still was working in Worcester. When I moved here, I was still, you know, the vicious cycle was still going on. It started again, like work, drink, go to work, same thing, you know, repeat. And 2009, I got married 2009, and that is where my drinking really took off. From that point henceforth, I wasn't just drinking beer, but I was just drinking straight hard liquor from then on. The marriage didn't last because there was obvious that that whole there was the violence, the verbal abuse, the physical. There was um, a lot of abuse in the relationship, because basically because of me. But come 2010, for the first time, someone did something about my alcoholism, because at this point now, losing jobs left, right, and center, couldn't hold down the responsibilities, bills, and whatever. So my ex-wife at the time ended up sectioning me to Bridgewater State Prison, where I was there for 30 days. And when I was sectioned, a seed was kind of planted by the counselor there, because she told me I need to attend AA meetings, and I need to quit drinking, and I need a sponsor, you know. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, when are you letting me go home? So, you know, I mean, you keep talking, you know what I mean? So I get home after the section, and after that, like 2 months later, I get a severe heart attack. Now, I wake up 8 days later from the ICU, no recollection of what happened. And that's why I said, you know, hospitals were my friend. When I woke up from the ICU, you know, I was there, and when they could release me, this is like after 8 or 9 days later. This is the craziness of the disease. The day they released me around, like, say 2:30 in the afternoon. That afternoon, I walked to the liquor store, got a bottle of vodka, and because I was still living with my wife at that time, she found me passed out, and she thought I'd actually gone into cardiac again. So she ended up calling 911, and the nurse who had released me in the afternoon was actually the nurse that readmitted me. And she's like, man, listen, you're gonna die here. Those are words that I still remember to this day. So this hospital visits continued